untoward reaction, then he needs to go and see the doctor. And even, patient may need to have an ID bracelet. So, maglalagay siya ng bracelet dyan to indicate that he is having hyperpituitarism. Okay, so that the doctor will know how to approach the patient. And in case that the patient fell down, okay, nahulog, then right away, we can manage the patient. So no need to contact the healthcare provider in case of emergency. We manage, and after that, we contact the emergency personnel, okay, who can provide all the information with the patient. And then we need to ensure that the patient must have regular follow-up, okay? So, home care instruction. So, explain the need to take the medications as prescribed. Dapat walang lapse. Kailangan, if the patient would experience something about the medication, so he can go and see the doctor. Okay? Kaya lang, to stop the medication by yourself is not acceptable. And we need to progressive visual change. Pag lumalala yung condition ng patient nyo na hindi nakakakita, and even sobra yung urination ng patient natin, then the client has to go back to the doctor and have it be assessed. Now, especially, we need to advise the patient not to brush the teeth for 2 weeks. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya, masaktan yung incision site at magkaroon ng bleeding. Now, we can do is provide an alternative so we can have the oral care using your antiseptic. So, meron tayong isang ginagamit. So, this is just, ito yung parang cotton pledget, lalagyan mo siya ng foam. Then, it is soaked in antiseptic, and this is the one that we use to clean the teeth. And even, it will be followed by a mouthwash. Okay? So, I'm done with hyperpituitarism. So, the next disorder, so we have your hypofunction of the pituitary gland. So, pag sinabi nating hypofunction, mababa ang production ng inyong mga hormones. Okay? Now, hyperpituitarism is also called as pituitary insufficiency, and it is considered to be a very rare condition in which the pituitary gland doesn't make enough certain hormone, and the hypopituitarism can develop suddenly. Okay, paano nagkakaroon ng hypopituitarism ang patient natin? Okay, una, okay, may be related to surgery. Katulad niyan, the patient have undergone transsphenoidal surgery. Then, patient, pag nawala na yung pituitary gland, your client will develop hypopituitarism. So, either it can be related trauma, okay? And even it may be related to many other conditions. So ngayon guys, sabi natin, your hypopituitarism can develop suddenly, okay, if the cause is related to surgery or injury or bleeding, okay, may be very slow, that even it can develop for years or even several months. Okay. Now, when we speak of hypofunction of your pituitary gland, so hypofunction of the pituitary causes deficiency, okay, in both the pituitary hormone and the hormone of the target gland. So, halimbawa guys, patient ninyo, so may have a problem on the thyroid gland. So, nagkaroon siya ng infection and inflammation like thyroiditis. Ngayon, pag may thyroiditis, there may be an excessive production of the hormone. But eventually, your pituitary gland is unable to produce your hormone. There will be a collateral effect, okay? So, your gland is producing something, okay, whereas the pituitary gland is unable to do something, okay? Now, sabi natin, clinical manifestations can be observed when 75% of the pituitary gland is not functioning. So, pag tinanggal yung pituitary gland mo, so we will see whether it be 100% of which is not working. Now, patient can develop metabolic dysfunction and even sexual immaturity, so affecting your gonad. So, yung inyong metabolic dysfunction, so you have your growth hormone, and then even your thyroid hormone, and then growth retardation, so you have your growth hormone. So yan ang pwedeng mangyari sa patient natin. Okay, so sabi natin, hypopituitarism can lead to the absence of all the pituitary secretions. Now, function ng pituitary gland is because of the removal of the pituitary gland, a patient develops panhypopituitarism. So we call this as a Simon's disease. Okay? And then post-pituitary necrosis can happen. So this can be manifested by severe bleeding and even hypovolemia and hypotension at the time of delivery. So we call this condition as the Sheehan syndrome. So ito guys, na-encounter natin sa clinical area. Now, if you still remember, the one that I was discussing before sa ating anemia. So, diniscuss ko yan sa ating DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation. And one of the most common cause of uncontrolled bleeding, disseminated intravascular, it is related to obstetrics. Okay? So, one of them is related to your Sheehan syndrome. Okay, so eto na yung cause natin. Sabi natin, the cause may be related to trauma. Now, trauma is secondary to a traumatic brain injury. So that is sustained, okay, from an accident. Okay, and even it can presence of tumor near the pituitary gland, which are usually benign, meaning not cancerous. Okay, it may be related to after the surgery of hyperpituitary, and if the patient develops radiation of the pituitary gland, because a radiation treatment destroys the pituitary gland and the tissue as well as in the presence of surgery. Now, certain infection like tuberculosis and meningitis. Kung may infection, di ba sinabi natin, meron tayong hypophysitis. Okay? So this is the inflammation of your pituitary gland. Then certain conditions that exist at birth. And then meron tayong hypophysitis. Okay, this is the inflammation of the pituitary gland. So this can be caused by either bacteria or tuberculosis. Now, sometimes it is referred to the cause of your pituitary gland disorder or hypopituitarism. So it is related to the unknown cause. So we call this as idiopathic. Okay? So, ito, i-detail natin. So, sabi natin, it may be related to the inflammation of the fungus by a fungus or pyogenic bacteria, bordering autoimmune disorder. So, we have the autoimmune lymphoid pituitary. Meron tayong tumor. Example, the type of hormone-producing cell that can interfere with the formation of one of another hormone arbitrarily. And then, feedback from the target organ experiencing malfunction. For example, katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo, decrease ang production ng TSH from the pituitary gland when the thyroid is diseased. So, pagka-disease ang thyroid gland nyo, katulad ng sinabi ko, may thyroiditis, it can cause an excessive production or excessive level of the thyroid hormone. Now, hypoxic, so ibig sabihin yung hypoxic, the lack of blood supply to the pituitary because of a decrease in oxygenation can damage of all the hormone-producing cell, and one of them is Sheehan syndrome, which occurs with after a maternal hemorrhage. So therefore, how do we assess a patient with hypopituitarism? So again, meron tayong hemianopsia. So it is because of the tumor. And even patient can have a weight loss and emaciation. So there will be varying signs of hormonal disturbance depending on which hormone are being undersecreted. Like, kung kulang tayo ng male hormone, sabi hypogonadism, then it can lead to either menstrual dysfunction or it can lead to infertility and the loss of libido for male. And then hypometabolism, okay? Like your growth hormone. And then